Let me hit you with this. He who angers you conquers you. That's an old quote, but here's the twist. What if I told you the real flex in life isn't how much you care, but how much you don't? Not in the reckless way, but in the strategic, untouchable way. This video is about unlocking what I call IDGAF energy. 11 brutal laws that will make you impossible to control, unshakable under pressure, and so free that the world can't put you in a box. But listen close, because the last law is the ultimate game changer, and I guarantee you've never heard it explained like this. Law 1, master the pause. Most people's weakness, reacting instantly. Someone insults them, they fire back. Someone rejects them, they spiral. You want IDGAF energy? You master the pause. The ability to delay your reaction is power, because silence makes people question themselves. The pause puts you above the chaos, and suddenly you're not playing their game, you're making them play yours. Law 2, choose your battles like a king. People who care too much try to fight every battle. IDGAF. Energy is about being selective. Ask yourself, does this add to my kingdom or drain it? A king doesn't swing his sword at every peasant throwing rocks. He saves his energy for wars that matter. Same with you. If the argument, insult, or drama doesn't move your life forward, it doesn't exist. Law 3, master emotional minimalism. Here's a raw truth. People with no self-control are slaves to emotions. Anger, envy, fear. They're like puppets pulled by strings. But IDGAF energy means stripping your emotional responses to the essentials. It's not that you don't feel, it's that you don't let those feelings decide your moves. That's psychological minimalism. You own your emotions, they don't own you. Law 4, laugh at the absurd. Dark humor is survival. The moment you learn to laugh at what was meant to break you, you've won. People expect anger, they expect breakdowns, but they never know what to do when you laugh. Try this. When life throws you something ridiculous, respond with a smirk. It's not immaturity, it's defiance. It says, you thought this would crush me? Cute. Law 5, control the narrative. Here's the harsh part. People will talk about you no matter what. Try to please them. They'll gossip. Live your truth. They'll gossip harder. So IDGAF energy is about controlling the frame. When you define your own narrative, the noise becomes irrelevant. Instead of defending your image, own it. Spin your flaws into power, your silence into mystery, your scars into stories. Law 6, master the art of strategic indifference. This is where Machiavelli would nod in approval. You don't have to fight everything. You just have to appear like you don't care. Strategic indifference is a weapon. Ignore someone long enough and you starve them of power. Withhold your energy and watch people chase you just to feel your attention again. Remember, scarcity creates value. Law 7, stop explaining yourself. Here's a brutal truth. Weak people over-explain. Strong people don't justify. The moment you start explaining every move, you're putting your power up for debate. IDGAF energy means you live by principle, not permission. You don't need a panel of judges to approve your choices. Your life isn't a group project. Law 8, protect your attention like gold. Attention is currency, and everyone's trying to rob you. Ads, notifications, drama, it's all designed to make you care. But your attention decides your reality. The average person wastes theirs scrolling, arguing, defending. The IDGAF master, they spend it building, creating, learning. Your attention is the throne. Guard it with your life. Law 9, weaponize silence. Extend it. There's nothing louder than silence that refuses to be broken. Silence makes people uncomfortable, and in that discomfort, they reveal themselves. Think of an interrogation room. The detective asks a question, then goes quiet. The silence eats away at the suspect until they start talking, confessing, exposing themselves. That's power. When you talk less, you observe more. When people don't know what you're thinking, they project their fears onto you. They panic. They chase your validation. Here's a trick. Next time someone disrespects you, instead of clapping back instantly, just pause. Look at them. Say nothing. Watch them fidget. That pause, it flips the script. They thought they controlled you. Now they're questioning themselves. Silence isn't absence. It's pressure. It forces others to break first, while you remain untouchable. That's why the loudest person in the room rarely has the real power. It's the one who doesn't need to speak. Law 10. Reject the herd mentality. Here's where most people fail. They want to belong too badly. They crave approval like oxygen. That's why they dress the same, think the same, post the same. But the herd is safe, and safety kills greatness. Think about history. Every revolutionary was mocked before they were respected. Galileo was dragged for saying the Earth wasn't the center of the universe. Tesla died broke while Edison played it safe with the herd. Every innovator had to walk alone first. IDGAF Energy means being willing to stand apart when it matters. It doesn't mean isolation for the sake of being different. It means choosing truth over comfort, freedom over popularity. The herd follows trends. Leaders create movements. The herd avoids criticism. Leaders absorb it, turn it into fuel. So ask yourself, if everyone is going one way, do I have the courage to go another? Because the moment you realize normal often means compromised, you automatically rise above. Reject the herd and suddenly you're not playing the human popularity contest. You're writing your own rules. Law 11. Transcend ego attachments. Extended. This is the final law, and it's the hardest. Everything you cling to, status, validation, opinions, it's all ego fuel. And ego is the most expensive chain you'll ever wear. Think about why insults hurt. They hit the ego. Why do we fear cancellation? Ego. Why do we chase likes, money, validation? Ego again, but transcend that. And you hit true IDGAF energy. It's not that you stop caring about everything. It's that you stop needing everything. Imagine someone calls you a failure. If your ego is tied to success, you'll fight, explain, defend. But if your worth isn't tied to their perception, their words evaporate. The most dangerous person alive is the one who doesn't need external validation. You can't cancel someone who doesn't fear being canceled. You can't break someone who doesn't cling to an image. You can't control someone who has nothing to prove. This is the crown jewel of IDGAF energy. Freedom from ego, not recklessness, but real freedom. It's not about winning the game. It's about realizing you don't even have to play.